Jade, could you please read on page 16?
Uncle Gene.
Yeah. Whatever. No chicken bone, but I think that's fine.
There's 16. Stampy 16.
That's okay. It's all the plans. We got it.
This is all part of it. Good job.
Nice tattoo.
The three matzot are stacked on the Seder table. The middle matzot of the charade is broken in half. The larger piece is hidden to be used later as achashomah, the dessert after the meal. The smaller piece is returned to its place between the other two matzot.
Dean, you please read next.
Yes, I will, Herb. I have my own piece I'm going to read, though, if you don't mind.
Here it comes.
Here we are together, your family and mine. It's time to tell a story. It's Seder time. You're about to get started. The tables are set. Uncle Dean's Hip Hop Seder, you'll never forget. It's a long story of Moses and the Jews walking out of Egypt. It surely was the blues. Yes, it's the story of 3,000 years ago, but it's also about the present, and I will tell you so. So open up your head and open up your heart, because you're going to hear the story like you've never heard it before. Now, a long time ago, Pharaoh was one bad dude. You see, he didn't like us like any of us Jews. You see, we were slaves, built pyramids for the Egyptian few, barely had enough to eat and no education, too. Now, thanks to Moses, we got the hell out of there. He was an adopted baby. They picked him up from the air. And when he grew and realized that he was a Jew, he got up and left that mansion and said, I got work to do. Ow, ow. He told Pharaoh, let my people go. Pharaoh said into his face, I don't think so. Moses laughed back and said, I got a ringer on my team better than Jordan or LeBron or even Uncle Dean. He said, I got the man on my side, creator of the Jews, God himself. He knew he couldn't lose. To Pharaoh, he was one stubborn dude, and despite Moses' warning, he thought he was pretty shrewd. Moses said again, Pharaoh, just let my people go, because if you don't, some bad stuff's going to happen, yo. So God put some lice into Pharaoh's hair. He was very vain. That gave him a scare. And then he put some frogs down in his food. Pharaoh said, man, God, you're one weird dude. Then the famine was spread across the land, made from his son Canaan. And Pharaoh said, you know, I know you got some tricks up your sleeve, but there is no way I'm going to let you leave. So God had to get heavy, though it was a bit torn, and he said, I'm going to have to slay your firstborn. Finally, Pharaoh, he relented, but only because his napkins would no longer be scented. Okay, you can get out of there, he said. But in his mind, he knew that we'd all be dead. And so the Jews walked out of Egypt with their backs to him, and he sent the troops after them. He knew it'd be grim. All we wanted was to be free, but the army was on one side and the other the Red Sea. Things were looking like gloom, doom, and then unless a miracle happened really, really soon. Then all of a sudden, the Red Sea parted, and Pharaoh was so pissed, he almost farted. We ran right through. We got the hell out of there. And I'll tell you what, it was a big scare. Pharaoh's soldiers, they ran into us in the sea. But then the waters came back. They were dead. We were free. We jumped up and down the sand with joy. Free at last, said every girl and boy. Start walking over there. Moses pointed to our new home. It's just a little while that we'll be gone. Little do we know we'd be in the desert 40 years. There's a lot of walking. It wasn't very near. We did get there, but Moses didn't make it all the way. He died before he got there. But this he had to say. Go start a new country, get some trees planted, and never, ever, ever take your freedom for granted. Make sure everyone gets educated, see, because that's the surest way that you'll remain free. And always remember what it was like to be a slave. Never another person shall you betray. Moses couldn't imagine a future world then in the 20th century a similar thing would happen again. He couldn't even fathom that in Germany, a pharaoh named Hitler would not let us be free. And he wasn't satisfied with just building pyramids. He wanted us all dead, every man, woman, and kid. 6 million died, burned up in a fire. Pains in our hearts will never tire. Now our grandparents came to America 100 years ago. Said multiply and thrive, and now we did so. We sit here with our college degrees, and we listen to Moses, and now we are free. But let's not forget 200 years ago when this country was formed, and what we did so. Because even then, we were the land of the brave. Our forefathers, some of them, they wanted slaves. So off to Africa they went. Pharaohs they were, brought back so many people, lots of hens, lots of herds. They were the Jews of the early U.S. They didn't build pyramids, but cotton mills. Finally, Moses came and said, let my people go. His name was Abraham, think, and he showed himself. Want your mind to be really keen, listen to the words of Uncle Dean. You see, Passover was about learning from the past, especially when things weren't such a blast. You see, for Jews today in America, these are good times. Never forgetting a second we could be in a bind, because when things are good, we all become pharaohs, and what we need to do is not let our mind become narrow. Think about that. Think about it. So let's not forget we were all once slaves. Say never again. That's what it's like to be brave. And let's not forget, as we eat this good food, that all people are one. All people are Jews. So now you've been told about all the haters and how we are thankful for the Creator. So love everyone, and you'll be talking much later about how you were at Uncle Dean's hip-hop Seder. Ow, ow!
Archer.
Thank you very much.
Rap battle.
Matzah is made with carefully prepared flour mixed with water.